Imagine this: you've been knocking, praying, waiting, yet every door seems locked. You look around and think, why is nothing moving? Why is God silent? What if I told you that silence is not rejection, it's redirection? That the very doors you're frustrated about are the ones God has intentionally kept closed because He's preparing to open the right one at the right time. Imagine this: you've been knocking, you've been praying, you've been fasting, you've been doing everything you know to do, and still the door hasn't opened. And you're sitting there wondering, did God forget me? Did I miss it? Did I pray wrong? No. Silence is not rejection, it's redirection. God isn't ignoring you, He's aligning you. And sometimes the quietest seasons are the ones where He's working the loudest behind the scenes. See, when a door closes, it's not punishment, it's protection. God knows what's on the other side that you can't see. That relationship you thought you had to have, that job you were desperate for, that deal you thought would change everything. It looked like the way, but God shut it down. Why? Because He loves you too much to let you walk into something that would destroy you before you're ready to handle it. That's why His timing is not just good, it's perfect. We think delay means denial, but delay is development. God is shaping your character to match your calling. He's preparing your hands for what He's about to put in them. If He gave it to you too soon, it would crush you. But if you'll wait, when it comes, it will carry you. And you know what's dangerous? Sometimes the wrong doors look right. They shine, they glitter, they promise quick success, but they're traps in disguise. How many times have we forced a door open, only to discover it led to disappointment? But here's the truth: when God opens a door, no man, no system, no demon in hell can shut it. And when He shuts it, no amount of your effort can pry it back open. That's why you don't need 100 doors. You don't need everybody's approval. You don't need everyone to like you. You just need one God-ordained door, and that one door will outweigh a lifetime of your own striving. That one door will catapult you into places you could never earn your way into. But here's the test: what will you do in the hallway? Can you still worship when it looks like nothing is happening? Can you still sow when it feels like nothing is growing? Can you still believe when it seems like every door is locked? That's the real test, because every hallway moment is a faith-building moment. And don't miss this: every disappointment you faced was not to destroy you, but to direct you. That heartbreak redirected your focus. That failed deal redirected your vision. That delay redirected your path. God has been aligning pieces you can't see, orchestrating connections, moving resources, and preparing opportunities. You've been worrying about timing, but He's been working on placement. So when the right door opens, you won't have to fight for it. You won't have to manipulate or force it. You'll walk through it with peace, with provision, and with purpose. Because the right door comes with confirmation. It comes with clarity. It comes with the undeniable fingerprint of God. And here's something you've got to understand: when God closes a door, it's not because He's trying to punish you. It's because He's trying to protect you. We look at a shut door and we think, I must have failed. I must have messed this up. Maybe God doesn't love me like He loves them. No, that closed door is evidence of His love, because He sees what's behind it and you don't. That relationship you cried over, you thought it was the one, but God saw betrayal waiting. That job you begged for, you thought it was stability, but God saw it would drain your purpose. That opportunity you thought was perfect. You thought it was your breakthrough, but God saw it would bind you, not bless you. He shut it, not to hold you back, but to push you forward. And if you're honest, how many times have you looked back and thanked God for the doors He didn't let you walk through? At the time you were angry, you were hurt, you were confused. But now with hindsight you say, Lord, if you had let me have that, it would have destroyed me. See, sometimes the very thing you're crying over is the very thing God is saving you from. So don't curse the closed door. Don't get bitter because it didn't open. Don't compare your door to someone else's, because what's closed to you might be open for them, but what's open for you, nobody else can walk through. And when God shuts it, it's not rejection, it's redirection. He's guiding you, guarding you, and getting you ready for what's better than you even imagined. And here's the thing, we get so caught up in our own timeline. We say, God, I needed that door last year. I needed that breakthrough last month. I needed that answer yesterday. But God's timing is not just good, it's perfect. He's never early, He's never late, He's always right on time. The problem is, His watch doesn't tick like ours. We measure in minutes, He measures in seasons. We're looking at the clock, He's looking at our capacity. Delay doesn't mean denial, it means development. God is not trying to punish you by making you wait. He's trying to prepare you so you can handle what you're asking Him for. Because if He gave it to you too soon, the very blessing you prayed for could end up becoming the burden that breaks you. You're praying for the business, but are you ready to steward the responsibility that comes with it? You're praying for the platform, but are you ready for the weight of the influence? You're praying for the relationship, but are you ready to give what it requires to keep it strong? See, waiting seasons are not wasted seasons. They are character building seasons. They are training grounds. They are preparation rooms. While you're pacing in frustration, God is building your foundation. While you're asking, when, Lord, He's asking, will you trust me until you're ready? Because the truth is, the waiting room is where He makes sure your gift doesn't take you where your character can't keep you. And when the timing of God collides with the preparation of man, that's when destiny happens. That's when things suddenly shift, suddenly align, suddenly move in your favor. That's when the door you couldn't pry open with your own strength swings wide with divine favor. And here's where a lot of us get tricked. Sometimes the wrong doors look right. They shine, they glimmer, they look like everything you've been praying for, but underneath they're nothing more than traps dressed up as opportunities. You ever notice how the enemy doesn't tempt you with something you don't want? He puts the bait in the package that looks appealing, that sounds good, that feels like destiny. But not every good thing is a God thing. That's why discernment matters more than desire. You can want something so bad that you convince yourself it's from God. You say, look, the door opened, this must be it. But just because it opens doesn't mean it was opened by Him. Some doors are tests to see if you'll settle for convenience instead of waiting for covenant. Some doors are distractions, pulling you off the assignment God gave you. Think about it. How many times have you forced your way into something because it looked right in the moment, only to discover later it was a counterfeit? That relationship that started fast but ended in heartbreak. That job that promised security but left you drained. That deal that looked like breakthrough but left you bound. Wrong doors don't just waste your time, they weaken your trust if you're not careful. But here's the good news. God's love is so strong that even when you stumble into the wrong door, He knows how to reroute you. He knows how to shut it down before it destroys you. He knows how to turn your missteps into lessons, and your lessons into wisdom. So next time you'll recognize the counterfeit before you invest your heart in it. So hear me, don't fall for the glitter. Don't chase every door that swings open just because you're tired of waiting. What God has for you will not require you to compromise who you are to get it. The right door won't just look right. It will be right, and it will come with His peace stamped all over it. And here's what makes all the difference when God opens a door. No man can shut it. That means no boss, no system, no critic, no hater. No demon in hell has the authority to override what God has ordained for your life. When His hand is on it, it doesn't matter who tries to block you. It doesn't matter who whispers against you. It doesn't matter who walks out on you. His yes cancels every no that people try to throw in your face. You've got to get this: man's approval is optional, but God's approval is final. Some of you have been trying to convince people to like you, to support you, to validate you, but here's the truth. You don't need their stamp of approval when heaven has already signed off on your destiny. They can overlook you, they can underestimate you, they can even try to sabotage you, but they cannot stop the door that God Himself has decided to open. And the opposite is true too. When God shuts a door, you can cry, you can push, you can bang your head against it, but it won't budge. Because if it's not part of His plan, you don't want it anyway. It may feel like rejection in the moment, but in reality, it's protection from pain you don't even see coming. So the key is to stop worrying about who's for you or against you. Stop stressing over who walked away or who tried to block your path. If God opened it, it's yours. If He closed it, it's not. And nothing anyone does can change that. When you finally believe that, you'll stop living anxious and start living confident, because you know that what He opens, no man can shut, and what He shuts, no man can open. And here's what you've got to realize: you don't need 100 doors to open, you just need one. One door from God is more powerful than 1,000 doors you try to pry open in your own strength. We think it's about quantity. If I could just get more connections, more opportunities, more people on my side, then I'd finally break through. But destiny doesn't move by numbers, it moves by divine alignment. That one God-ordained door can put you in rooms you never thought you'd enter. That one door can connect you with people you couldn't have reached on your best networking day. That one door can produce results that 10 years of grinding could never manufacture. See, favor will take you places that hustle alone can't. And when it's God's door, you don't have to manipulate, you don't have to compromise, you don't have to beg. Because the grace attached to that door carries you further than effort ever could. Some of you are exhausted because you've been chasing too many doors, knocking on everything that looks like an opportunity. But you don't need them all. You just need the right one. And the right one is worth the wait, because when you walk through it, it makes up for every season of delay. It redeems the time you thought you lost. It accelerates your journey in a way you couldn't have scripted if you tried. That's why you've got to stop comparing your life to somebody else's. Their door is not your door. Their path is not your path. Their timing is not your timing. If you get caught chasing what belongs to them, you'll miss what God has specifically carved out for you. But if you'll stay focused, stay faithful, and wait for that one God-appointed door, when it opens, it won't just bless you. It will overflow into everyone connected to you. And here's the real test. It's not about how you act when the door opens. It's about how you act in the hallway. Because the hallway is where faith is proven. The hallway is that season between the prayer you prayed and the answer you're waiting on. And most people give up in the hallway. They stop praising, they stop serving, they stop believing because it looks like nothing is moving. But the hallway is the classroom of trust, and God is asking, Will you stay faithful when you can't see progress? Anybody can shout when the blessing shows up, but can you still worship when it feels like heaven is silent? Anybody can sow when the harvest is in their hands, but can you still give when the ground looks dry? Anybody can believe when doors are swinging wide, but can you still stand when every door looks locked? That's the real test, because how you handle the hallway determines whether you're ready for the room. Don't despise the hallway. That hallway is where your patience grows, where your character deepens, where your vision gets clearer. That's where God strips off your dependence on people, so you can lean fully on Him. That's where He teaches you that your source isn't the door. It's the one who holds the keys to every door. So if you're in the hallway right now, don't let discouragement talk you out of your destiny. Don't let delay make you doubt. Keep walking, keep worshiping, keep knocking, because the hallway is not the end of your story. It's the passageway to the promise. And here's what you've got to understand. Every disappointment you faced was not designed to destroy you. It was designed to direct you. We cry over closed chapters, we mourn over lost opportunities. But what if that heartbreak was the very thing that pushed you into discovering who you really are? What if that failure was the only thing that could have redirected you back to the path God intended all along? See, sometimes God has to let something break so it can bend you back toward your purpose. That relationship that fell apart. It wasn't rejection, it was redirection. That business that didn't take off. It wasn't the end, it was a setup for a new strategy. That door that slammed in your face. It wasn't meant to embarrass you. It was meant to reroute you to the door that was actually yours. We call it disappointment, but God calls it appointment. An appointment with growth, with wisdom, with alignment. Because if everything always worked the way we wanted, we'd never learn how to trust His way. And here's the truth, you don't see it while you're in the middle of it. In the moment it hurts, it feels unfair, it feels heavy. But when you look back, you start thanking God for what didn't work. Because what didn't work is what brought you to what will work. So the next time you face a disappointment, instead of asking, "Why me?" start asking, "Lord, what are you pointing me to?" Because disappointment is not the end of the road, it's the sign on the road that says, "This way to destiny." And while you're stressing about what you can see, God is working in what you can't see. While you're worried about doors that won't open, He's backstage arranging the entire set. He's aligning people you haven't even met yet, preparing resources you don't even know exist, orchestrating opportunities that haven't even hit your radar. You're saying nothing's happening, but heaven is saying everything's happening. You just don't see it yet. This is why you can't judge your progress by what your eyes can measure. You may not see movement on the surface, but roots are growing deep underground. You may not hear the sound of opportunity, but God is positioning conversations about you in rooms you've never stepped foot in. He's softening hearts, shifting circumstances, making a way where it looks like there isn't one. That's why trust is so critical. Because waiting is never wasted when God is working. You think it's delay, but it's design. You think it's silence, but it's strategy. God is not just preparing the blessing for you, He's preparing you for the blessing. And when the two collide, it won't be small, it won't be ordinary, it won't be fragile. It will be undeniable, unstoppable, and unforgettable. So stop panicking just because you don't see proof yet. Faith doesn't need proof. Faith produces proof. Your job is to keep believing, keep obeying, keep preparing, because even though you can't see it, something is already shifting in your favor. And here's the beauty of it. When the right door finally opens, it won't come with chaos, it'll come with confirmation. You won't have to second guess, you won't have to manipulate, you won't have to force anything. The right door carries God's fingerprint. It comes with peace that passes understanding, with provision that goes beyond your resources, with purpose that pulls you into destiny. You'll know it's the right door because it won't drain you. It will develop you. It won't confuse you. It will clarify you. It won't break you. It will build you. And when you step through it, everything will make sense. Every delay, every tear, every disappointment, every season where you thought God was silent, you'll realize He was setting you up the whole time. That's why you can't afford to rush ahead and grab just any opportunity. Because when it's God's door, you don't have to knock it down, you just walk through it. And when you do, you'll step into overflow, you'll step into acceleration, you'll step into the place where you realize His plan was better than yours all along. So don't let worry trick you into settling. Don't let impatience push you into the wrong place. Trust that the right door at the right time with the right favor is on its way. And when it opens, you won't question it, you'll know. This was God. So here's what it all comes down to. Stop worrying about the doors that didn't open. Stop stressing over the ones that shut in your face. And stop comparing your journey to somebody else's. The God who holds the keys knows exactly which door is yours, and He knows the perfect moment to unlock it. Your job is not to pry, not to panic, not to push, it's to trust. Trust that His silence is strategy, trust that His delay is development, and trust that His closed doors are simply clearing the way for the right one. Because when that door opens, it won't just be an opportunity, it'll be destiny. And when you walk through it, you'll know without a shadow of a doubt, this was God all along.